I'm finally making a gear video, like what's in my camera bag, what I use to make my videos. I don't know. I never watched these videos, so I didn't think that people really want to see them, but apparently people do. So here's a video with all of my gear, not just what's in my camera bag, but everything else that I use, what's on my computer, all of that. Anyway, let's jump into it. So let's just jump into it. Also, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. So I guess I should start with my most important piece of camera equipment, and that is the camera that I'm filming on right now. This is the Sony a7 III. This is also the best camera that I've ever owned in my life. My favorite thing about the Sony is the fact that you can customize, like customizable settings number 1 and number 2. So number 1, I'll usually put my slower frame rates, which is either 24 frames or 25, depending on the country regency that I'm in. On the number 2 customizable settings, I'll put it at either 120 or 100 frames per second. So that means that when I put it on number 1, I can film all of my talking, all of my regular vlog style videos. And then on the number 2, I can film all slow motion B-roll footage, that kind of thing. And it just makes it so easy just to be able to switch between the two of them. The other thing that I love, obviously it's full frame, and jumping from the Canon 77D, which was not full frame camera, to now this one full frame camera. It is so different. The images are so crisp and sharp. I love the quality of the However, the most annoying thing that this camera does, that's happened to me twice now. A couple of months ago, I noticed that the microphone wasn't recording, like the shotgun microphone wasn't recording any audio. It was just recording the in-camera audio, which sucks. In case you didn't know, this is the in-camera audio. This is my lavalier mic audio. You can see why this is an issue. So I took it to get repaired. It's not covered under warranty, apparently. So that was like $300. And once again, a couple weeks ago, it's broken again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fork out another $300. I love this camera so much. It's honestly the best thing I've owned in my life, but Sony, why do you do this? And why is this camera costing me so much money? Basically, I'm just asking for another camera, Sony. That would be great. I don't want to start off on a negative note. I love this camera, best camera in my life, but that thing is very, very annoying, and I wish it didn't happen. Next piece of equipment is the lens that I'm using to film on right now, and that is the Sony Zeiss f-stop 4 16 to 35mm lens. I love this lens because it is super wide enough to be able to see everything, and also it zooms into quite a good length. Oh no, what was it set to? There-ish. It's wide enough for me to just hold out at arm's length without any GorillaPod or anything. So for this lens, I've got this K&F Concept variable ND filter. So this is one that changes, I'll put it right here. Ta-da, ta-da. I don't know if you can tell, does it work? This changes the strength of the ND filter, I guess. And I have noticed that sometimes it leaves a bit of a dark shadow in the corners and at the top of the screen, which is not ideal, but this ND filter was only like $80 or something like that. So it's good enough for me, but I guess it's not like the most professional one. But I also don't really know what I'm doing all the time, so maybe it's my fault. The only other lens that I have is this one, the Nifty 50. It is 50mm, 1.8 f-stop, and I've also got another variable ND filter on this one. Everything that I film with this is just crisp and beautiful, and it's got the most incredible bokeh. It's also one of the cheapest lenses on the market. It usually only costs you, I think, about $200, something like that. So this is super, super, super great. So these are the only two lenses that I've got, 16 to 35 and a 50mm. I love having both of them. I feel as though I can get pretty much everything done with both of these lenses. And I also have a spare lithium battery. This is a Sony battery, yes, for the Sony camera. Honestly, the battery is so good on this one. This one will last me a full day of vlogging, but I just bring this one along just in case. I rarely ever need to change it like mid-shooting, so it's got a really, really, really great camera battery life. Speaking of microphones, this is usually the shotgun mic that I put on top of this camera when the microphone jack actually works. I'm pretty sure this is called the Rode Video Micro Go. Maybe there's no go, I don't know. So the one thing that I don't like about this microphone is that it slides off pretty easily like this. And I've had it fallen off a couple of times before in the past. So I just got this rubber band, well, my hairband actually, and I just stick that on top like that and it stays on perfectly. So the next thing that I've got is the GoPro Hero 7 Black. I don't know how they do it. It's the smoothest the smoothest footage ever. I have no idea how it's done. It's incredible. The only thing that I'm not a fan of is that the colors usually turn out to be quite saturated and the images are a little bit more overexposed than I would usually like, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to fix that, but I haven't tried that yet. Maybe I'll try that at some point. This is just attached to a regular GoPro pole and the GoPro safety strap. Next thing is my drone, and if anybody knows me, you will know that I've only ever owned DJI drones. DJI is the best drone company and the only drone that I will ever recommend to anyone. I mean, maybe don't quote me on that. I don't know what the future holds, but seems as though DJI has the best drones on the market, especially at the most affordable prices for consumers like myself. So this is the DJI Mavic 2. At the moment, I've got an ND32 filter on this one, and that's just to help it again on really bright situations. Pretty much just leave it on because it's really annoying to try and take it off the lens. I love the Mavic Pro 2. This is the best drone that I've ever owned, I reckon. I feel a lot safer flying it, especially flying it really long distances. It's just a lot more steady and the signal rarely ever cuts out. So I feel a lot more secure in flying this one. This is my baby, I love it dearly. Also, all of my gear has these little things on it here. Actually, maybe you shouldn't know my email address, but see, it says that there. If I do happen to be flying anywhere near you and I do crash it somewhere and you find it, I might give you some money for it, maybe. I'll be making a whole entire video coming up soon about drone flying etiquette in Japan. I obviously fly my drone quite a lot in Japan and the rules can be quite strict and a little more difficult to understand if you haven't flown in Japan before. I love the size of this, you see? It's a good size. Not too big, not too small. I suppose it can't really be too small. Oh, and I also have a spare battery for my drone. Most of the time, especially if it's just a day trip, I can pretty much get all of my shots really quickly. Now that I'm a more experienced drone flyer, I can kind of just fly it up, get the shots that I need and bring it back down, even in like under half a battery. I once got one battery to last an entire weekend because I forgot to bring my spare battery and my charger. But yeah, 2 is there like kind of just in case. Next up is my tripod. I generally wouldn't take this on traveling trips. This is more for like sitting at home videos, but occasionally I have taken it with me on trips. This is a Manfrotto Tripod. Best tripod I know. Tripod. It's the best tripod I've ever owned, probably because it's the only one I've owned. Yeah, it's incredibly easy to use, but no, this is just perfect. Next on the list is my laptop. Oh, who knew I was going to be going this deep into all my gear? Every single time I post an Instagram story showing me editing on my laptop, I always get at least one person saying, oh my gosh, you edit on a MacBook Air? And the answer to that is yes, I do. Every single video that I have ever uploaded to this channel has been edited on this here MacBook Air. And I'm pretty sure this is a 2015 model, but I love it. It's incredible. The battery life is amazing. It will last me about 4 or 5 hours if I'm editing on it. It never really slows down for me. Sometimes it gets a little bit slow, like at the moment I've got like 4 videos that are just sitting on my timeline on Final Cut Pro. And yes, occasionally it will slow down just slightly. It also slows down if I try to use 4K. So some people have said, hey Hannah, why don't you make videos in 4K? I would love to do that, but it also takes up a lot of damn space. So that's why I haven't done it. So I guess when I upgrade this, maybe I'll film things in 4K, but until then, I want to use this baby until it dies because I think I need to give it the life that it deserves because it's the best. My favorite part about this laptop is the fact that it still has an SD slot and it has freaking USB. Ugh, why did Apple remove the USB? Honestly, that's just the stupidest decision in my opinion. I kind of really don't want to upgrade because this is just the most convenient thing I have ever owned and I can't praise it enough. Although I do need to upgrade and get some proper headphones because the headphones I'm using right now, I literally bought them from a 7-Eleven in Japan for $10. They go with me everywhere and I love them, but I think it's messing up my audio slightly because it comes through the headphones at a different volume than it would come through a TV. So I don't really know what I'm doing, basically, is what I'm saying. To go with my laptop, I also have this here Logicool wireless mouse. The next thing that I have is this here SSD. It is a Samsung portable SSD T5 and it is 1 terabyte. I love using this one. It's really fast, it's really good. It's tiny, which means it's light, and I also don't have to worry about it breaking while I'm traveling with it and everything. I've also got a bunch of other hard drives. This is the only SSD that I've got. I have one RAID drive that has saved another 4 terabytes of footage on that one. Look, there's a lot of footage to be to be stored, so I'm still struggling with that. When it comes to lighting my videos, especially when I'm back at my place in Japan, right now I'm in Australia and this is all the lighting from my dad, but usually I will just use lighting from the windows, but sometimes it casts really like weird shadows and it makes me look more tired and old than I actually am, although I am kind of tired and old most of the time. So I will be upgrading again and getting a lot more proper lighting, maybe just starting off with a ring light and seeing how I go with that. Basically what I'm saying is that this year I'm going to be spending a lot of money on new equipment, which might be a good thing. I think it should help me out with my taxes or something. Oh, and the other thing that I'm using is of course the microphone that is attached to me right now. This is a lavalier microphone. It is Tascam DR10L and it's all sweaty because it's been sitting inside my pants. I just use this lavalier for like talking head videos like this, or sit down talking videos, that kind of thing. I like the sound quality of it. I think it makes my voice sound deeper and more qualified than it actually is. And I like that I can move around with it and it still sounds exactly the same, even though I'm further away from the camera than I usually am. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say on that. When it comes to editing my videos, I use Final Cut Pro X. I have thought about switching to Premiere Pro, but to be honest, I can't be bothered to figure out how to use it. Final Cut Pro does everything I want, everything I need, and I don't have time to learn a new program, and I love Final Cut. Why would I change? When it comes to music in my videos, everybody knows I use Artlist. I've made a whole video about why I hate trying to find non-copyright music on YouTube, especially like cinematic kinds of music and ones to make things look grand and, you know, amazing. The little non-copyright jingles on YouTube don't really cut it most of the time, and it's also very annoying and time-consuming, holy crap. So that's why I use Artlist. Artlist runs on a yearly subscription basis. You can pay it per month, but it's still like a 1-year subscription. If you use my link in the description, when you sign up for that year, you get a 2 months extra for free. So you can use that if you like. It is an affiliate link, so obviously I get some money from that. And I also use Musicbed. Musicbed is one that I've just started using this year. I'm really, really loving the music choices and selections that is on Musicbed. I find that Artlist is probably better for like soft piano, cinematic music, that kind of thing. But on Musicbed, they've got a lot more like singer-songwriter, upbeat. I don't know, it sounds like there's like real artists and real actual signed singers on Musicbed, which is really amazing, some of the songs that you can find on there, including my favorite song for this year, which I can't really remember the name for it. And it's just like the most pumping, it's the best. I love it. I love it so much. I found so much good stuff on Musicbed. So I'll also have a link for that down below so you can get 1 month for free use on Musicbed. And of course, any songs that you download in that time, you can still continue to use it even after your trial has ended. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about. I think that's everything. And now the question comes, can I fit all of this in one bag? The answer is yes, I can fit it into one bag. So this is the bag that I'm going to be using. It is a Nio Smart backpack. This is actually a smaller version of the bag that I would usually carry around with me, and that's because I left that one in Japan. I love this bag dearly. Giant bag, it's beautiful, has a lot of space. It's got a space right here just for my laptop, and now I'll try to fit everything into the one bag. All right, so let's just pretend that my dad's 70D is my A7 III, because he's run out of battery, so I can't film on his, but yeah, it's actually bigger and heavier than mine, so it's still a good example. The laptop goes in the laptop compartment. Big boy drone remote. Little known fact about me, I actually used to work at Woolworths, aka the best grocery store in Australia. I'm quite the expert at packing things. Very good at space saving, very good at Tetris also, very good at Tetris. You would not even believe. I mean, this is not ideal, but I mean, it'll do. That'll do, donkey. Also, I usually wouldn't have to carry all of this with me. Especially not this, but I mean, doing it for the video, I guess. Oh, would you look at that? Everything fits. I'm very heavy, but still one backpack. I'm actually very impressed with this. Oh, It's like a good weight actually. It's quite good for exercise. Oh, that's very good for exercise. Why am I going to the gym? There's even room for snacks. Amazing. So as always, the link to everything that I own is in the description of this video, and that links to my kit. So kit is basically a site that allows you to list anything you want, not just camera gear, and it can link directly to your Amazon affiliate site or, you know, whatever. Basically, it's just great because it means if I update any of my gear, if I change my camera, for example, I don't want to go through every single video that I own and change that in the description. I can just change it on my kit, and then the link stays the same. I only have to make the one change and that's it. It's so much easier to do. Another thing that I use is like something called Genius Link, which is good for people that are doing Amazon affiliates, because sometimes if your affiliate link is just for the Amazon.com store, but you might be missing out on clicks from Amazon.com.au or .uk.jp. So it basically changes your link to make sure that it goes to the country that that person is from. It goes to their site, but you still don't lose the Amazon affiliate link, if that makes sense. So basically it just allows you to monetize clicks from everywhere around the world, not just from the one site that you signed up with. So another place that you can find all of my gear is on my Squarespace website, currentlyhannah.com. I made my own Squarespace website a couple of months ago, a year ago, I don't even know anymore, but I made it really quickly. It was easy to do. You just choose a template from their site. They all look beautiful and professional already. Enter in your own details, photos and clickable links and whatever you want, and voila, it is finished and it's beautiful. I've actually received a number of different offers and different companies reaching out to me wanting to work with me through my own Squarespace website. I think it's really just kind of helped me to create a more professional online presence. So I really highly recommend it to anyone who's got a job that kind of branches off in a bunch of different areas and directions. If you're multi-talented in that way, you can kind of put it all together on the one Squarespace site. And overall, I think it's just a really seamless and wonderful website to use. So if you'd like to get started, head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And then when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/currentlyhannah for 10% off your first purchase of a domain or a website. Squarespace has helped me in so many different ways, including helping me by sponsoring this video, helping me create more videos like this for all of you. So thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video, and thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. Yeah, you made it. Honestly, it does mean so much that people watch my videos and they watch them all the way to the end, and they support and like and comment and subscribe and all of that good stuff. Wow, I haven't taken a breath this whole video. Thank you for everything. It's been great. It's been great. Sounds like I'm gonna like end it sometime soon. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. And there's one other thing that I want to talk about, but I didn't really want to like draw a lot of attention to it because I don't really talk about it all that much on this channel, but I know people are probably going to ask me about it sometime soon. And that is that I got my nails done recently, and they're pink and they're sparkly, and honestly, I think they deserve some kind of recognition, because I feel like a brand new woman. I never get my nails done. This is a new thing for me. And okay, I'm done. I'm gonna lose like all of my subscribers because like 80% of you are male. Did you know that like my channel's got like 80-something% of my subscribers are male, which is very interesting. Maybe it's because sometimes I'm in a bikini, maybe. I don't know. It's just a guess. Oh, I'm so glad the camera's still recording. Oh, amazing. Wireless mice. La 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 la. And you see, you can throw it over your shoulder like so. It is very convenient. I like it a lot.